Aloha and welcome back! I'm Panther and this is Final Fantasy Renaissance version 2.0.4 classic run where I'm soloing with Shine. And honestly speaking, so far, man, it's definitely feeling a lot like the Ulu solo, where it was like, oh man, it's really, really difficult, and then you get past that, like, that tipping point, and almost everything works in your favor until that one particular thing. But in this regard, because Shine can equip better armor than Ulu can, he's gonna just be stellar overall. Holy shit. I'm curious. Gargoyles. There you are. What's your crit rate? 1%! This is gonna be a slow fight, but it's gonna be kind of fun. Anyway. So, yeah. Man, this particular area is gonna go pretty quickly. I don't think there's anything more I need to get my hands on in this dungeon. And then after I'm done with this, I can get the, wait. Yeah, no. After I'm done with this, I can get my hands on the canoe. And once I get my hands on the canoe, I can actually bypass the fire temple. Volcano. Why did I say fire temple? More specifically, I can attempt the ice cave. That said, do I want to? Like, if I'm being honest, the fights in the volcano are probably going to be more beneficial, and killing the fire fiend is, like, it's just going to help my leveling, so I probably should just go and do that. Move. Move. There you go. Yeah, like, I think the bottom line is I should probably deal with... Just a sec. I need to check something. Yeah, the Earth Cave stuff is out of the way. Volcano. Huh. Apparently, the Japanese version had a different version of the ground floor. Interesting. Silver helmet, don't care. Giant's knife, I don't care too much about that. Silver, don't care. Nothing. I would like to know what's there. Okay. Soft, which doesn't help me. Flame shield, ice sword. Those two might be important. G, here, and H, which is over here. So basically completely the opposite directions. Alright. Flame armor over there. Okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. I might need to go and at least grab the flame shield and armor, because I believe, if I remember correctly, they help against ice stuff, which is going to be very important in the ice cave, as well as a couple of other places. Because I think the frost dragon is something that I end up having to fight too, right? mummies. You guys aren't too terrible. Level 25, halfway to max level. Awesome. Image. Singular, or like these low amount of images, yeah, I can take them on. And taking them on makes it so that I'm not having to worry too much about the immediate fights after. Okay, wait, hold up. Earth Cave, I think I'm at Earthquake 4? Yeah. And here I have basically nothing to worry about. So I want to take a left immediate down. And I'm trying to go up to the left. Cool. Chance to strike first. We're fucking running. There's no way I'm dealing with that many images at once. Cockatrices, we're trying to run. Fuck. Run! Fuck's sake. Okay, these two I don't mind as much. That pause there, that scared me a little. Oh. Hey, Wizzies. And yeah, this is super simple. The other pathways are just diversions. Mummies, I don't care too much. Like, even if they get him with sleep, another attack just wakes him up. Because they don't use magic, so they physically hit me, I physically wake up. Why'd you attack again? That was a weird bug. Really, dude? Huh. This one doesn't have the fiend talking, it just states it. Interesting. Tell you right now, dude, if you're not using magic, you're not hurting me. There you go. Too little too late, though. And in 10 minutes, we beat the shit out of that dungeon. Really kind of surprised. I'll offhandedly say this. I'm really kind of surprised at how many people turned out for Dark Cloud. tomorrow I'll be like getting back to those comments and going through the necessary rigmarole behind all of that. But I'm still really surprised by it. Like, I took a recommendation, and I like the game. Like, it's not a terrible game in any regard. It's got some questionable choices for how it deals with armor and the like. But man, outside of that, or not armor, weapons. Like, weapons is the biggest thing. Like, having basically most everything you're doing revolving around the weapons you have, fine, okay. And then on top of all that, what happens? Oh, that's right. You can lose all of that progress on a weapon because no other reason, just because. And it's like, ha 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 ha, are you serious? And it's like, yep, 100% true blue seriousness. So, yeah. Outside of that, man, I need to do some digging on how to tactfully answer some of the questions, because a lot of bigger companies right now are really, really aggressive towards any type of what they perceive as an infringement upon their property. And I want a preference that's fucking dumb. And I hate that a lot. Because it's like saying, hey, yeah, that means you can never ever see the Mona Lisa. Well, how's that the same thing? Because it's fucking art. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that Final Fantasy is the goddamn money child of Square, Final Fantasy 1 probably wouldn't even be a thing anymore. Like, just, it wouldn't. And for some people, that's like, whatever. But for a lot of others, and I so sympathize with them, and I agree with them, that's fucking terrifying. Like, can we not all agree that a history forgotten is a history repeated? But also, if you can't learn from the past, that means you're just stuck in having to redo all that stuff to get that far. You? No? There you go. So, like, all this progress on how to do these things and stuff like that, sure, you're gonna have some people who are assholes and will 100% love to take credit for stuff that you just don't remember. And all I gotta say to them is, I hope you choke on your ego. But they're always going to do it worse, because all they're doing is going to be using it as a stepping stone to push their own thing. And unless they have a fan base, man, oh man, they do not do well. I am talking about someone specific, but I will avoid saying names because I don't want to piss people off right now. So anyway, that said and all that jazz. So yeah, I gotta figure out how to, like, inform individuals how to get the their own thing of Dark Cloud, because there are things online to help you. However, those particular things try so very difficult or so very hard to tell you full outright that. Let me put it like this. One particular video, because I was trying to figure out how to add the enhanced edition to the ISO of Dark Cloud. I own Dark Cloud. I have the CD-ROM of it. Is it a CD-ROM? DVD of it. DVD. I was going to say Blu-ray, and then I'm like, no, it's not a Blu-ray, so I need to back up one. Went to CD. It's like, that's too far. At least I didn't call it a floppy disk. That would have been fucking weird. But yeah, I already own that. But this dude that I was looking at was like, okay, you do this with your legally owned. It's just like, okay. And then this with your legally owned. It's like, all right. And then he did it the third time. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm not listening to you. Fuck off. I'm not going to give you retention time. I'm not going to put a like or dislike. I'm not going to do anything for your channel because you tried so fucking hard to circumvent this when I am coming to you for an answer. And I'm willing to listen to jokes and some, like, skit comedy so that you can tell me this information in a reasonable and interesting way. Fine. Okay, cool. Everybody should be allowed to have their own flexibility to a certain extent. One individual, I stopped watching their stuff just because they kept shoehorning political views into their stuff, thinking it was comedy, and it's like, maybe there are some people who find that funny. I am not one of them. I am not one of them, and I never will be one of them. But yeah, so I could not stand the. I do like to normally give the 3-strike rule of, like, I give you three tries. Oh, chance to strike first on Geist? Hell yeah. And then when the individual showed that they were just going to continue not showing me the information, but instead reinforcing the whole aspect of, yeah, you need to be this in order. It's like, alright, cool. I'm gonna sit there and go, fuck you, and go the fuck away. How'd that work for you, Wiz Ogre? Wiz Ogre. This way. Eh. Wait, I get to go first? Fuck yeah, I'm out. Hell yeah, giant attack first? Heck yeah. Done. Grey Worm, this might have been a bad idea. Okay, he's not using Quake, so it's not as bad of an idea as I thought it was going to be. Soft. Gold. Right, yeah, I remember what I need to do. Bulls. Okay. Here's an offbeat question. Wow, from me? Who would have thought? Has there ever been a game in your life that you played it and after beating it, you felt like genuinely better? I know it is a weird question, but there is a reason behind it. I'm asking because I've played a lot of games in my life. They were not only my escape, but they prevented me from doing probably some of one of the dumbest things I probably could have done, and it was equally as dumb. 44 on how I avoided doing it. I won't go into it because, in all honesty, I'm not proud of myself for it. Like the savior of it and all that. There's a lot of uncomfortableness about it. And I may have talked about it before, and I don't want to repeat this particular aspect of reality. But I will say that there was a game I was working at. This is a different scenario, different thing altogether. I was working at VMC. This was long before keywords was ever known to me. It could have been around at the time, I don't know. But I was not doing great. I was working pretty long hours. I was working consistently, but I was working like very, very drastic hours. And wait. Oh yeah, I already got all the items here. This is the only way I need to go. Yeah, so I was not working great hours. I was working myself into the dirt. And it was not doing great for me. I wasn't like aware of it, which made things worse. 48. 58. I got so bad that normally I was the guy who would laugh at just about everything. I was pretty friendly, and I was pretty like, I always like to have a smile on my face, and I always like to be chipper and happy and stuff like that. They hadn't broken me yet. But around this time, I was so bad that one person had said a joke, and it was a pretty good joke. Like, it really was. I wasn't having it, though. I looked at them, I blinked. This was not me being, like, straight-faced for the sake of comedy. I was genuinely uncaring to what the joke was. went back to work on what I was doing. Yeah, it was a bad time. It was a very bad time. I got home, and it was just like at the end of the shift when I was like, okay, cool. And because the shift is like several days long, I got to sit down and play games. I had, at the time, PlayStation Plus, and at the time, that meant a retinue of free games that I just could download, own, and just have them. It's long before any of the shit that's been going on these days. It was like PlayStation... I think it was the start of the PlayStation 3. Yeah, that sounds about right. PlayStation 3, I had a fat PlayStation, which... They acknowledge what PlayStation that is, but they themselves cannot call it that. I found that funny. But I was playing Journey. I played it offline because I don't like online interactions with people. Never have. I like interactions with people that I know, not people I don't know. And because at that around that time, I only went online long enough to download the thing, not long enough to actually do anything. But I played it. I played it all the way to its end, and even though it had no dialogue, I cried at the end of it because it was over, and I enjoyed it. But after that, I felt fantastic. Oh, Carrie actually talks to me. Cool. So yeah, all things considered, that's why I asked that question. Do you have a game that it almost jokingly changed your life after you played it? Like, I am not delusional. I know that games are not going to so drastically change your life that they save you. Because if they are, in all honesty, there's something else that's going on in your life that needs some attention. However, to ignore the benefit of entertainment is to ignore the benefit of being happy. Like, that's the one thing I got into a conversation because I was talking with, or not talking with, because I've been getting into Blender for a while, I talked to some of the individuals, and one of the individuals had commented that they got really inspired by a game, and I'm like, awesome, cool. And I'd said a couple of things of like, it's nice to see individuals like looking at games for inspiration, and then some random dude started like commenting on like, is it gaming all that and this and that? And I felt attacked. Like, I honestly felt attacked because it's like, why are you using those words in that particular way? And my first response back was like, hey, yeah, I mean, gaming is a pretty prevalent thing, and it's a mode of art like any other. And the discussion effectively boiled down to them saying that they don't see anybody ever going, like, ever having a regret that they couldn't play a game before they die. And I'm like, I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, anyone's going to do that for any piece of art. Like, in all honesty, reality, not like in an anime or something like that. Most people aren't going to have a regret for not seeing the Mona Lisa in person, or not watching that television show in person, or when it aired, or this or that. They might have it a minor regret, sure, but they might have a major regret for not going to certain locations, but that that's a different thing. And I, like, push back on that because it's just like, I don't know where you're going at with this, but I do feel like you're attacking me with it. And they started like, backpedaling on that of just like, oh, man, I've been, giving you thumbs up on your comments and everything like that. In case you guys don't know, around that time frame, not many people were commenting on any of my YouTube stuff, so when I got any notifications whatsoever through YouTube, I just directly dealt with them via the little bell icon in the top right corner. Here's the thing, when that happens, you only see the comment that you clicked on, not the ones before it. So his statement about, like, I gave you thumbs up on the other one, didn't notice. Didn't notice at all. Why? Because that's a little number that ticked up. Your words, however, were being very aggressive and, like, being that sort of thing that I need to be concerned with. So, I'm sorry, but yeah. He started to realize that it's like, oh wait, your entire channel is made up of video games, so you would find this, like, actually something to be concerned about. It's like, you think? I made the statement that I do almost every video. I don't make money off this shit. I don't. I really don't. Why? Because, why? I don't. The reason why I say why, because I see so many people trying to turn their hobbies into something to make them money, and then they start losing a lot of love in their life, a lot of care and, like, enjoyment. And I see why. I see why, because I started down this path of, I was kind of pursuing YouTube to be a job. But after seeing how the ad revenue shit works and how all this other stuff, now it's just, I find it enjoyable to have you guys all watching my stuff and commenting and, you know, interacting with all you all on a platform that, if you didn't like the game in the first place, you wouldn't be watching in the first place. And most of the people who are upset with my stuff, they don't stick around long enough for me to care. So yeah, man, I don't make money off my YouTube stuff, and I probably never will. Not directly, anyway. I might set up a Patreon or something like that, but if I'm being honest, why? I ask why, but the reality is, I'm more like, chances are you guys wouldn't join it. Why? You get to see my shit for free anyway. So, you know, I mean, look, I have problems asking for help. I am a part of that swath of life, I guess you would call it. Oh right, I haven't been doing that particular thing to. Do wraiths not paralyze? Holy shit, Shine. Shit, Shine. Ah, man. I set that trap up for myself, didn't I? Holy shit. But yeah, no, like, look, I'm not in a bad spot. I'm, like, I am and I'm not. At the same time, like, I am and I'm not. Because on one end of things, I have no job. And I feel it every fucking day. I hate that I can't help my sister and dad. And they're just supporting me, and like they consistently go like, "Don't worry about it," and it's like, I fucking do. But that's my problem, not yours. You all who watch this shit, you know, those of you who have stuck around for listening to me ramble. Which I'll tell you right now, anybody who's like, oh, it's only the old people who ramble, I'm like, have you not fucking listened to a little kid before? I'm sorry. When they are excited about something, good luck trying to figure out what the hell they're excited about. Man, like, overall, I don't care. I don't care. I would need to be pushed into, like, starting up a Patreon and everything like that, and in all honesty, for what end? To what end? Like, I get income? Cool. Like, have I shown you guys that I'm consistent about anything I fucking do? No, I haven't. So why the fuck would you guys pay me? I mean, no, let me preference this. I'm not saying you guys are heartless or anything like that. Don't get that twisted. You guys are fucking awesome. Like, you honestly are. But there is thousands of videos, and I'm not exaggerating that. There are actually thousands of videos in my YouTube, or there should be, unless YouTube started deleting the shit without me. That guy was the one I was worried about. But yeah, like, unless YouTube started deleting those videos, I've got thousands of videos for you all to just enjoy. That's gonna happen even if I suddenly leave. Like, the only way it's gonna go away is if YouTube, aka Google, starts being assholes, bigger assholes, and starts deleting my content without my approval. And that's it. Like, so what would you guys be paying for? Like, continued content? I'm gonna keep making content. Like, that's gonna happen regardless of if I get paid for it or not. I might be more excited to do it. I might be less excited to do it because it becomes a real job. I can't tell because this has not become my job. I've seen other YouTubers like 8-Bit Ryan and a couple of other individuals who have started to, like, explore around with this concept of what they can and can't do. Like, 8-Bit Ryan specifically started, like, asking his people of, like, hey, so how long? Let's see. That one. Okay. Flame sword. I want to get the flame sword. Okay. Round back that one. Ice armor. You know, I should grab that while I'm here, so I don't have to come back to it. Cool. But yeah, 8-Bit Ryan asked his people, but he's also got, like, contacts on X, shit like that. I don't use Twitter at all. My past account, apparently someone had yoinked it from me at some point, but it got banned, and I just haven't gotten it unbanned. So if you see Fade Panther talking on X, let me know, because that ain't me. I literally have no presence on X. 52, 133. It's weaker? What? What? I mean, I'm gonna keep it on it because in here it's good against these type of foes. Spectre, I believe, is the one I want to deal with first, right? There you are. Not really. The number of hits that he does is the big thing. So I'll deal with him just so he's out of the way. So yeah, it's not that I think ill of you guys, or I don't think you guys would support me if I started one. It's more the aspect of, like, I've got no reason to ask you guys right now. I'm not in dire straits, and I'm lucky. I'm very lucky. I'm abundantly aware of this. And no matter which way I go about looking at it, there's nothing that's gonna change that. And I'm saying it in this one because I noticed that most of the people who are still here are generally the people who watched, like, all my shit. And most everybody else has just moved on to either newer videos or all that stuff. And that's why I'm saying it here, because I don't want, like, I don't want people who are fresh and new to the channel going like, oh, this guy's just moping and shit for content and crap like that. It's like, no, that's not what's happening here. Like, what's happening here is just the fact that I am actually just thinking aloud, basically. And thus, I am kind of venting the whole thing that's going on. 58. Yeah, it's just that. Like, I wouldn't know where to begin as far as that whole thing is concerned. I also wouldn't know if any of you would put into that. I mean, I'd appreciate every dollar that I would get from you guys, but also, what would you guys get in return? Like, knowing that you're helping me, and I'm a stranger on fucking line. Like, let's be honest with ourselves here. You shouldn't be giving me any money unless you truly trust me, and outside of trying to be honest and speaking my mind and, like, genuinely attempting to be a person, because I'm not good. I haven't done anything to really earn your guys' trust in that regard. D is money, F is money, H is weak money, G is fuck-ton amounts of money, but also, I don't need it. So I'm done with that. Oh, oh. I'm not gonna lie. When Shine flashed because the attack missed him, I had a mini panic attack. Okay, so yeah. This is probably gonna be the only, video I make today. You guys will know that because it's the only one that airs today. And that's just because I've been trying to figure out with my sister where we can go effectively to go walking. We've got a decent spot, but it's not close. $58. Sure. Hey, I. Oh! Alright. Fine. Yeah, there's no other way around it. I have to go and do this. But yeah, yeah, it just boils down to that, I suppose. I've played tons of games, like so many games. One of the reasons why I started this channel up is because my sister was always, not always, she's adopted by circumstance, not by law. But when I would get home from work and whatnot, I'd pick away at a game and just start playing it. Like, I had no online presence until the internet was a major thing for me. And it wasn't a major thing for me for a while. So yeah, when I would get home, like, one of the things that I missed about the on-call work is that, yeah, sure, I'd have tons of no time. So I'd be, like, working 8-hour days until the very last day, and then it was, like, a 16-hour day, because I would work all the way through. And it's just like, oh, well, that's neat. Image, Wraith. And it's like, that's neat, but at the same time, it's not that big of a concern. And so, you know, I would just like, okay, whatever, cool. And, some of the shifts would only last a week. So it would be like, yeah, during that 1 week, man, I made a lot of money. And the bigger advantage of that is because I wasn't working consistently. What I could do is I could apply for unemployment. So, what I did was I kept applying for unemployment, and it wasn't online, it was vocally. So I had to, like, call them up and go like, hey, yeah, cool, I looked at this place, but whenever I worked, I'd just go, nope, I worked too much, and then have to go looking for work. It's like, okay, cool. And yeah, so if I worked over, I think it was 20 hours in a week, unemployment couldn't like facilitate or like give me money for that week. It's just like, all right, cool. But when I worked under that, I would get the work money and then unemployment, and I made that shit last. Like, I went into several years using that system, and it was fine. It was perfectly good. I had no issues with that, and I was probably pretty damn happy. I didn't feel like I was overworked or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I wasn't. I chose to do all that work, and quite frankly, the bigger aspect of it is this was probably the only work that I know of that what would happen is, oh, you guys did awesome work and put up through all this hours immediately? Cool. Go home. No extra work. You just go home. Mind you, that led to one particular time that I almost froze to death. I'm not being facetious. I'm being serious. Because of where that building was for... Fuck, like... I worked there for 14 years. So, about 8 years. 8 years that building was where, I worked. And that building is in a, it's in a place called Willows Road in Renton, Washington. It's no longer there, so me telling you that is completely worthless information. And I don't work there, so that's also completely worthless information. In addition, I don't live around there, so that's additionally why it's completely worthless information. That's all done. That's all said. Here's the next part. Here's the part that really matters. So, one particular day, here's another aspect of the story that you should understand. I couldn't drive at this point. I did not have a license. Yeah, it's the same either way. I don't care. I don't have a license. I don't have a license at this point. I haven't driven a car because I thought I would be a bad driver because I wasn't a good driver in a video game. My racing car time frames, what I would do to get around corners quicker is use the wall as my braking system, not the braking system. And I knew that's not how you're supposed to do it in real life. Yeah. I was dumb. I was very, very dumb. So I didn't, I would just bust into work and everything like that. And whenever I'm asked, hey, can you work the night shift? I would have to ask my dad. And at this point, Mom, because she was still alive. Hey, can you guys come and pick me up? You know what? I'll finish out the story and then we'll get back to this tomorrow. It's gonna be me bashing my head against the wall again and again and again. I haven't been hit by the mages yet, which is amazing, but man, everything else. Anyway. So, yeah, I was working a night shift, and so my dad knew, okay, cool, I'll go by. I live hours away from where I sleep. I do mean that. Like, it was an hour and a half drive, one way, to work. I was not bright. So I was like, okay, cool. Da-da-da-da-da. And, yeah. I was very, very dumb at this point. Like, probably dumb enough that I could legitimately question whether or not I'm alive right now. The work shift ended. What ended up happening is we finished early, and I was like, okay, cool, you guys can go home. And I'm like, awesome! I just need to call my dad and tell him. So I did that, and gathered my things, walked out the door. It is freezing outside, and that is not a facetious thing. It was near 0 degrees. I forget which we use over here. It doesn't matter. It was fucking cold. There was literal frost on stone. You're probably thinking, oh, okay, cool, man, that must be really cold in your coat and everything like that. It would be if I had a coat. I didn't, because I was working night shift. So I never left the building. So I never had a reason to have the coat on. So I left it with my dad. And the door was closed to get back into the building. I did not know until years later that you could get back into the building from the bottom portion of it. It's locked now. It's no longer a thing that you can do. But at that time, I didn't know that that was not locked and I could just walk around. So I spent an hour and a half with my dad unaware, because I also did not have a phone. I was very late to the whole mobile thing. I didn't like having a phone on me or anything like that. I would use the company phone or other people's phone to call my dad. I knew the number. No. At this time, I did have a mobile phone to talk with my dad and everything. But I figured, what would that do? Like, he can't get here faster. That would be hazardous for him. So I put my back against the wall, helping against the wind shear, and all I had on was a t-shirt and sweats, because I like comfy sweats. But that's it. One layer of clothing. I was freezing. I was cold. When Dad finally showed up, I was chattering. I was just shaking because I was shivering so bad. So yeah, I'm not a bright person. I think quick, but that doesn't mean I think well. So yeah, I will catch you all in the next episode where I bash my head against the ice cavern again, until eventually I get through it or the episode ends again. Until then, have fun, be safe, and aloha.